Hey guys, and welcome back to G Can't Play. Here with another strategy to test out with you guys. Um, Last video I did was using the hops, and that got me to thinking what other strategies are there that take advantage of the hops and props, because I found that one quite fun. So had a look around and found another one that does use it. This one I saw on a video from ColourUp a couple years ago actually, so it was a while ago that he did it, but looks like a bit of fun, so I wanted to give it a try myself, pop it on my channel so you guys can see what it looks like. And I am going to call this one the field hop. So what it does is it takes advantage of playing the field, playing the hops, and a little bit of playing the hard ways. And it's a way to play on a higher limit table for not too much money. So let's just say where you live, there's only $25 tables for whatever reason. But you're not a high roller. You don't have the bankroll to be going 110 across, 110 inside straight away. So you want to be able to build up to that. This is a strategy that may be able to help you do that. With this one, you probably want to bankroll 500, 600 minimum. So still not a small bankroll. It's not like the $200-300 range. But you don't need $1,500, $2,000 for this one. And if it goes well, you'll be able to play for a little while on that $25 table. So the way it works is you start with an initial field bet. And what we're going to start with is $40. And then what you also want to do is come over to the hops here, and we want to place $5 on the easy sixes and the easy eights. So what this does is it gives you a total initial bet of $60. So as I said, a $600 bankroll is a good place to start because that gets you through 10 shooters. And then there's a few steps involved in this strategy. So this is where you start. What happens is after your first hit, you're then going to place some money on the hard 6 and hard 8. The reason we do this is it just takes away a couple of other options to lose. Once that roll goes through, and if we hit off that roll, then what we're going to do is we're going to start placing the 5, as that's the last number in the sequence that isn't covered. Because obviously in the field here, 5, 6, and 8 aren't covered. So we want to get that 5 in place to sort of cover everything. And then it's only the 7 that will affect us at that point. And the goal here is to get to about $110 profit, because as you can see, if you bet the inside on a $25 table, your $110 bet there. So once you get to 110, pull it all down, and then you can start with a more traditional strategy. From what I've found, obviously you need quite a few rolls to get there. So if you're getting a lot of 0.7s or 3 or 4 rolls before the 7 turns up, the strategy is not going to work. But if you're getting those longer rolls, then you should be, with most, as it is with most light side strategies, you should be okay. We are going to follow the puck, so you can play with the puck on and off, it's up to you. We're going to follow the puck, so we're going to wait for a point to be established and then start playing. And the reason for that is that we're hoping that a couple of times we get away with the 7 coming while the puck is off and it doesn't affect us. Okay, so let's get those bets up. So $40 on the field, a total of $20 here on the easy 6 and easy 8 for a total of 60. And let's roll. Okay, 9. So if we have a look here, so with 40 on the field, we win $40, but we lose $20 from the hops and props. As you can see, those are all gone, which leads to a $20 profit. So what we're going to do then is we're going to take that $20 profit and we're going to pop it on the hard ways. Now what happens is if a hard 6 or hard 8, easy 6, easy 8, 2, 3, 4, 9, 10, 11 or 12 comes, we are going to win. The only way we can lose here now is if we hit a 5 or if we hit a 7. So those are the numbers we are looking to avoid. You will see here you do get slightly less. If we do hit those easy 6 and 10, you'll see we get slightly less. Okay, so that's another $20 profit. So once again, we'll just get these back up. These are one-off bets, so you lose them every single time. And what we're doing now is with 140, what's going to happen is we're going to throw in another $5. So now that the 5 is covered. So if the 5 does come, we obviously lose the 40 here, we lose the 20 in there. But we do make a little bit back here. So it's not going to make it all back at this point. But what we're going to do is we're going to keep building this 5 to cover that eventuality. So we'll have one more hit, hopefully, and then one more place. Okay, 11, we like to see that. It's another $20 there. And we'll pop these back up again. And what we want to do is we want to add another $20 onto here, or at least take it to 40. Okay, now we're all set up. That's what we like to see because 2 pays double here. If you can, you'd love to be on a table that plays triple, although I think that's a rarity these days. But that would be the best case scenario. Okay, so now if we have a look here, as you can see here, we've made $120. So that means we are now out of the hand. If we break everything down, we go to $25 and we bet inside 110 bets. We've made 120. So even if the 7 comes now, we will have made $10. So the point of the strategy is to start with that $60 bet and make enough money that you can go to a more traditional strategy. You could continue playing the same strategy before. I mean, you are still making money and all the numbers are covered. But the reason we go to this is that we now want to start taking advantage of being able to press and collect and really start upping our numbers and make a bit more money. So now that we've got that 110 profit, there comes a 7 unfortunately, so we don't get to keep going. But you'll see here when we go over to the total and my rack 510, we're up $10, so it's a $10 victory. So takes a long time to get that $10, but the reason for this strategy is that we're a low roller and we're trying to get to that point. So this isn't a strategy where you're going to be making money straight away, but you can see after 6 rolls we were at that point, as long as everything goes as it should. You'll see, hopefully you'll see some examples where if you're getting easy 6s and easy 8s while you've also got some other bets up, then you're not making as much money in profit once the hard ways are up. You're only making $5 at a time, and that's when it takes a few more rolls to get there. Okay, 12, we like to see that because it's double pay. That's a great way to start. Get everything back up, get our hard ways in place, and roll again. And obviously if you get those 2s or 12s, that's going to make you get there a lot quicker and a lot easier, which is what you want to see. So as you can see here, not as much profit for hitting the easy 6 or the easy 8. So we hit an easy 6 there, and it's only a $10 profit, and that's because we made $75, but we lost the 10 down here, we lost the 40 over here. And so it's not as profitable, but we did get that double earlier, which does help us out. Let's go again. Okay, another easy 6, another $75 victory there, another $10 made. And what this does is it's really up to you. You can throw in a bit more money as we are now at the stage where we want to pop down covering the 5. But obviously you're throwing in a little bit of money in that stage. Although we did have the double, so it might actually help us out. Okay, another double, perfect. And what we can see here is we kind of shortcutted our way to where we wanted to be because we're up 140 now. So we can bring everything down and bet the inside. And once again, same as last time, after 5 rolls, we are out of the hand, and now hopefully we can go a little bit further and start building. Okay, 35 there. So 30 pays 35. Once the point is re-established, we'll start using that money on the 5. And what we're going to do is we're going to put 12 each on 6 and 8. Now it's really up to you from here what strategy you want to play. I'm just going to press and collect. I'll probably maybe place the 4 and 10 at some point. It's just kind of a free play at this point. Okay, 25 face 35. And what we're going to do is we'll put another 10 on each of these. 3, 1, 4. We don't have the 4, so that doesn't help us. And let's see if we can get another one of these inside numbers so we can place that 4 and 10. Preferably we want a 6 or an 8 here. That would be good. No, we're just playing those outside numbers at the moment. Should be good if we were still playing the field. Let's see if we can get something going. Not going to happen. 7. Okay, that's okay. And as you can see now, we're up 66. So that was a $56 profit on that shooter. So $66 from a $60 initial bet. If you've got a $600 bankroll, that's 10% profit at the moment. Not too bad. We did have $154 out there. So if you're only looking to make $100, $200, then that would have been the time to just pull it all down and go home. But we are obviously testing out a strategy, so we take it a bit further. Okay, out on the 8. And we'll see if we see any of the downsides. So the downsides obviously are an early 7. Oops, 1, 2, 5. Early 7 or hitting that 5. So there's definitely a few phase. There we go there. So if you get that early 7, obviously $60 gone. And as you can see, we're almost back to even again. And if you've got a low bankroll and that happens to you a few times, yeah, you can get knocked out pretty quickly. And then you're obviously relying on that long roll to get yourself back there. Okay, $20 win there. So we get our field back in place. Then we put up our hardways and replace the hops. 11, we'll take it. Another $20 profit. Replace our hops. Throw in $5 to place that 5. So now it's only the 7. It's going to hurt us. Okay, another $20 win there. We take this up to 40. Replace these. And then let's see if we can get a couple more hits here. 9. Another field hit. Okay, we're up to 80 now. Another thing you might want to think of is if you're getting close to that 110, then you might want to bring it all down and play another strategy. There's always that option. Okay, easy 8 there. As you can see, slightly smaller profit there, only $10. Get these back in place. Actually, we'll bring everything down because the puck is off. We'll establish a new point. So as you can see, it's 110 across and we're at 90 currently. So you may want to start playing across now, throw in your own $20 and just collect that first hit. So that's always an option. You don't have to get to that $110 profit. The point of the strategy is starting with a lower initial bet and working your way to a place where you're happy to start playing one of those strategies. But we're going to go for one more. We take this one to 40. Oops, too far. Okay. New 11. There we go. That takes us to 110. Bring it all down. And as I said earlier, if your goal really is just to, make $100 and move on with your day, well, we're up $100. Start at 1,500. We're at 1616 now. So that's something you might want to consider at this point. Okay, 9, 25 pays 35. We're going to use 24 of that and take 11. And we're going to build these guys up to 42. Okay, another 9. Once again, 25 pays 35. We're going to take 20 of that this time. And build these guys up to 35. Just a little bit of building here. The 8. Okay, 42 pays 59. So we're going to throw in $1. And we're going to buy the 4 and 10. But obviously we made a bit more money here, so we're not really throwing in $1. We're still using profit. As you can see, we've got $204 out there. We've made $229. So we're up $25 at this point if the 7 was to come. And there is a 7. Just unfortunate. I would have liked one more hit. I would have collected at that point. That can often be the way though, isn't it? One more hit. But as you can see, we made $25. And overall, we're up $30. So that's another thing with these strategies is if you just keep going and don't pull back when you're up at a good amount, then it can be a very slow burn. Because obviously at one point we were up, over $100, over $200 in fact at one point, and that takes us back down to 30 there. But that's okay. So we'll run through it one more time, just so we can see how it goes again, or maybe see how we don't want it to go. Okay, easy 6. So we lose the field, $40, but we make 75 there, $20 profit. So we replace our bets. And we take that $20 profit and we put it on the hard 6 and hard 8. We'd love to see one of those ones because they pay a bit more. Okay, 3 and 4, that's another $20 profit. So we're going to replace these. And we are going to throw in $5 and put 25 on there. I believe you could play this with $5 on the hard ways. That might work as well. Because then you would get 9 to 1, $45 profit. So that might work out to one of these $20 as well, actually. So that might be all right. Okay, so that was a losing one, 65. So that was a decent loss there. We had 105 out there at the time. As you can see, we got to roll 4. I believe we were just a couple rolls away from being back in profit again, but that is a good example of that. So yeah, I mean, this is a good way to stick around for a little bit at a high level table, $25 table, if you don't have the biggest of bankrolls. As you can see here, we started with 1,500. We're currently at 1,466, so down $34 overall. And if you're coming in with a $600 bankroll and you're only $34 down after 20 minutes of play, you can play for a good hour or so or more if it keeps going this way and not worry too much about losing it all. Obviously, downside is if you're getting lots of short rolls, lots of 0.7s, you're going to start burning through the bankroll. But if you can get to roll 5, 6, 7, you can stick around for a little while. So that was the strategy for you guys. I'm calling it the field hop. Just to go through it again, initial bet on the field, $40. Come into the hops, $5 each on the easy sixes and easy eights. There's 4 of those. First hit, then you pop $10 on the hard ways to cover those off. Second hit, build up the 5. Third hit, build up the 5 again. At that point, you're all covered. A couple more hits, you try to get to that 110 profit, bring it all down, and then you can go into betting inside 110 across and then start using that to try and build up and make some real money at that point. So thanks for tuning in, guys. If you like the video, feel free to subscribe. Leave any comments if you've got some information on how you play this or any ways you can change it up. But once again, yeah, thanks for tuning in, and I'll catch you on the next one. Catch you later, guys.